Hey, a young artist. So today I'm going to draw a cornucopia, and I'm starting with a pumpkin. I'm using a black colored pencil simply because I don't know where my black crayon is. Either works fine. And I'm doing these little swirls around the top of my pumpkins because that's kind of how the vines grow. You can watch me just looping the lines through. You don't have to do that. Next, I'm drawing some colorful corn. If you want a little more instruction on how to make that corn, I have another video. And then I'm throwing in some apples because I love apple pie, and also I'm a teacher. Now it's time to do the cornucopia around all of these harvested goodies. So I'm doing 2 layers of circles, and they kind of overlap with my different, my harvest foods, so I just tried my best to make that nice and neat. Throwing in a horizon line back there. And now I'm getting started with my crayons. So I'm doing orange for my pumpkins, obviously. And a fun trick that I think one of you showed me was to use the back of your crayon so that the tip of your crayon doesn't get all messy because you're covering a large area. So now I'm trying to add some different colors of orange in there. I'm going to add some yellow, and that yellow kind of brightens up the whole pumpkin. I think it adds some nice value there, so throwing in that yellow and doing some brown in the little ridges of my pumpkin. I'm also going to put different colors for my colorful corn because I already have some oranges and browns out, which is really what I'm going to use for my colorful corn. I'm coloring in the husk of my corn like a light yellow, and then I'm just adding some little wrinkle to my husks. Next we have my apples, which I'm just going with a basic red for those apples. And I'm throwing in some white in the corners so that shines brightly through the red and adds a little bit more value there. But I'm just trying to get a good red covering of those. All right. So in the deepest ridges of my cornucopia, I'm adding some black just to give it some more definition of the way the cornucopia is meant to be shaped. And now it's about time for me to start watercoloring, so here we go. I'm doing black with a smaller flat brush back here. You don't need to worry really about it overlapping with your different harvest foods because the crayon will resist the watercolor, but there's no harm in being careful. And I don't want to have to wipe away all of that black paint, so I was still pretty careful with this. Next I'm going for brown with my cornucopia, pretty simple. Just got brown from my watercolor set. I don't love the browns that come from the watercolor set, and you can always mix your own brown by mixing red and green or blue and orange together, or purple and yellow. Mixing those together will give you a brown that might be better than your watercolor brown set. So I'm doing the background now. I'm doing this light sort of reddish purple because I think it works with the whole sort of scene that we've got here. It gives some sort of warmth to our painting that I think suits it nicely. And down at the bottom I'm going to do a reddish orange because, you know, it's the color of the season and it'll look nice. So I'm just doing a light wash of that and maybe add some more color as I go along.